cuties. I am Lanikia. You are watching What Happened on the Soap Bold and a Beautiful Edition. Today is Thursday, August the 24th, 2023. I'm not gonna rate it. I'm gonna let you guys do it. I really don't have much to say because there wasn't much to say about this episode, but since it was such a short episode and I did watch it today, I decided, I'll go ahead and do a review. I don't know where this storyline is coming from, but we kind of saw it earlier when Eric wanted to work with Ridge, but now we see it again. When Eric and Ridge are talking, and Ridge is just, I mean, excuse me, Eric is just feeling like y'all trying to push me out of my company, and I said what? Because remember when he said, maybe it was a few months or weeks ago that this was his office, but there was always people in it, and today he was like, "This is my desk. It was my stapler. All of this was mine." And he feels like they're just wanting to push him aside even though he built this. And he said, y'all are acting like I can't still design like I can design. Now see, Eric, I'm with you because when they did that whole Hope storyline about I have to bring Thomas back, Eric and Zende just didn't get it done. I said, baby, we're talking about Eric who built this company, and you're gonna tell me his designs couldn't save couldn't be your vision? So who, you don't have a vision if his designs couldn't be your vision and you had the best working for you and they just hated it? Like, girl, please. But anyways, so but Eric, if they hadn't written the storyline where you failed with Hope, then I would 100% be on your side. But I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know where this storyline is going. Reed tells Eric, "We're running this. You put people in place, and it's successful company. You know, we're running it the way you said." I said, "Well, why don't y'all have a traditional line or something like, do a collection of the of old, because there's still people who love those older designs, and I'm sure they would love the vintage of it all, and they like do so. I don't know what to tell you. They just make a pull storylines out of thin air, but I guess this is to give Eric a storyline again, because really since Quinn left, he's honestly just been spiraling, just spinning around. They'll pop him in and he'll tell Ridge, "Oh, I want you to go back to Brooke." Then they'll send him away, and then somebody will come and stay with him and they'll pop him in for that. But pretty much that's it. I feel like we would be interested in seeing more of Donna and Eric if they had their own like little storyline going, even if it was just one scene where we could have saw them getting the house ready for the Beth's party, and have people talk about everything else. Let Donna and Eric talk about everything that's going on with Steffi and her being there, and maybe one of them says she should go home. I don't know, child. I'm just making stuff up. Let's move on because I'm just stretching it to talk. Let's move on. So then we see Finn goes over to Steffi's, right? And he is trying to convince her to go home. I think he finally got through to her and told her, how much he cares about her, and they lost each other, but he came back to her because that made him know even in death, nothing would keep me from her. But even in death, they would still be together. So they can fight all the odds. They can do everything. I said, girl, go home to your husband. Go home to your husband. So then we go over here to Hope, and now Finn gonna be ticked when he finds out about Liam. He's gonna be ticked off when he finds out Liam and Steffi been kissing and she been holding that, especially when he knows that Liam wants his wife. And Steffi really hasn't done a great job of just being like, leave me alone, Liam. I'm just saying she ain't done that great of a job of it. But let's move on. So we go over here to Hope and Liam. And baby, Hope has read this all wrong. That man don't want her. And he does not want her. And she figures that out because, he tells her, that he always will love her, but he can't forgive her for Thomas. And I said, what? Like, this girl was over there saying what she had with Thomas was beautiful. Maybe they could have did like some of y'all were telling me that she could have grew in her love for Thomas. If they just kept seeing each other, maybe she could have grew her love for him, grown in her love for him, and it could have been something. But Beth's birthday, Liam and Brooke talking to her talked her out of whatever she was feeling. It was like she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm back to being Hope again." And so now he's all like, "I'm confused." You know how? Because she's like, "Well." He asks her how she feels about Steffi and all that, and she says, "The question is, how do you feel?" And he's like, he's all confused, but she knows that. And then he says, "But let's keep it on us." No, 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 no. See, whenever we have to talk about you and how you have treated Hope or what you have done to Hope, you want to keep it all on, let's just focus on us. When she had to listen to you talk about Thomas, and not forgive her for things she has forgiven you for. Now I know Hope is no saint, but I'm just saying, Liam, he wants a Ridge situation. Hope, don't you chase this man down. Hell, don't you chase this man down. Leave him alone. Excuse me. I've been outside and it's high pollen a day in Texas. Leave this man alone. Let him be where he is, because what are you doing? You didn't want her with Thomas, so you ruined that for her. I wasn't a fan of it, but I'm not a fan of it ending because of Liam. I don't like that. You ruined her, what she had going with Thomas, and because you didn't want her with Thomas. You didn't want her with Thomas. And it wasn't because you wanted to get back with her. You just didn't want her with him. So now she can't go back to Thomas. She just left him for you. And now you don't even want her. But we all know that Thomas would take Hope back, and that maybe they could go slow. Maybe he could ask her out on a date. But that probably wouldn't happen. I don't know why they did this storyline. Like, because if y'all did all this just to put Liam and Steffi together, I'm disgusted and I don't want to see it. But I think Steffi is saw the light herself and is going back to Finn. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Watching Liam is so frustrating now. Like, honestly, The Bold and the Beautiful is one of my, because it's only 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, I don't mind watching this. But sometimes it's almost unbearable to watch because you see them blow up a couple, and then they're like, let's move on. You get what I'm saying? They'll blow up. Like, there was nothing wrong with Hope and Liam. Were they a little boring? Yeah, but there was nothing wrong with they had their family and everything. There was nothing wrong with that. But they had to blow it up, just for her to want to get back to Liam, which is what we've been saying, that she's going to want to go back to Liam. And she never would have been with Thomas if Liam had accepted her apology for the kids. She never would have slept with Thomas. But because he didn't, and she felt she wanted to be wanted because she realized that Liam still had feelings for Steffi. And where did these feelings come from for Steffi, Liam? Like, one minute you were telling Hope you don't want Thomas ruining what you have and you love her and you can't live without her. And then the next minute you're all like, oh my gosh, Steffi, I love you. I don't know how I ever let you go or whatever. And now you can't even make up with your wife because you're in love with this other woman. I don't know, y'all. That's bold and beautiful today. I'll see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.